By the time you reach 70, you may have already lost up to 20% of your muscle mass. By 80, that number could reach 40%. But here's the shocking part. Most people don't even notice until it's too late. As a doctor who has worked with older adults for over 25 years, I've seen it again and again. Someone trips, falls, and never walks the same again. In Japan, though, the story is different. I once met a 94-year-old doctor in Osaka who still climbed stairs every day and swore by one simple habit, adding a special ingredient to olive oil before bed. In this video, I'll show you exactly what that ingredient is, why it works, and how to start tonight. Before we begin, where are you watching this from, and what time is it for you right now? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. The silent muscle crisis. In America, most people think aging means getting weaker. But what if I told you much of that weakness is preventable? After the age of 60, our bodies naturally lose muscle, a condition called sarcopenia. It starts quietly. One day, standing up from the couch takes a bit more effort. Another day, lifting groceries feels heavier. Then, without warning, one small fall changes everything. But here's the truth. This isn't just aging. It's muscle loss from inactivity, poor nutrition, and habits we've accepted as normal. In America, I've treated patients who didn't realize they were losing muscle until it was too late. They ate processed food, skipped dinner, stayed up late watching TV. The result? Fragile legs, poor balance, and daily fatigue. One man I treated, Jim, age 72, was active all his life. But after retiring, he started skipping meals and rarely walked. One fall while reaching for a light switch fractured his hip. When I met him, he asked, "Doc, why didn't anyone tell me muscle disappears like this?" They should have. In Japan, this kind of muscle crisis is far less common. Why? It's not just because of exercise, it's the way they eat, live, and prepare for rest, especially at night. And that's what I'll share with you in the next section. Why Japanese elders stay strong. Even at 90, in Japan, it's not unusual to see a 90-year-old preparing dinner, walking to the market, or tending to a backyard garden. Their movements are steady. Their backs are straight. Their hands still strong enough to carry water or knead dough. One afternoon in Kyoto, I visited a small countryside clinic where a 92-year-old woman came for her checkup. She walked in wearing sandals, carrying a bag of homegrown sweet potatoes for the nurse. When I asked her what kept her so active, she smiled and said, "Shokuiku." Shokuiku is more than just a word. It's a philosophy taught in Japanese schools from an early age. It means food education. But it's not about calories or restriction. It's about respecting food, understanding its purpose, and using it to support your body at every stage of life. For elders in Japan, meals are never rushed. They don't eat standing or while watching TV. They sit down, often on the floor, with family or quietly by themselves. The food is simple: steamed rice, fermented miso, seasonal vegetables, and grilled fish. But there's something else: timing. Dinner is served early, often before sunset. After eating, many take a short stroll around the house or spend time in calm, quiet routines like bathing, stretching, or even folding laundry. This isn't just habit. It's part of a deep cultural rhythm that allows their body to prepare for sleep and healing. And here's the part that fascinated me most as a doctor. While we, in the West, often take supplements or medications before bed, many Japanese elders add something completely natural and simple to their evening routine. Olive oil, yes, but never on its own. They mix it with a fermented food that's been part of their culture for over 1,000 years. The combination, I later learned, creates an environment in the body that not only preserves muscle, but actually supports growth, even during sleep. This wasn't a trend or a product. It was a way of life, rooted in deep respect for food, body, and balance. What happens to muscles while you sleep? Most people believe that muscles grow during exercise, but that's only half the truth. Real muscle repair and growth happens while you sleep. When you lie down at night and drift into deeper stages of sleep, your body releases growth hormone, a powerful agent responsible for repairing tissue, rebuilding cells, and yes, rebuilding your muscles. But there's a catch. Your body can't rebuild what it doesn't have. And that's where nutrition, especially at night, plays a crucial role. Without the right building blocks, like essential amino acids, healthy fats, and anti-inflammatory compounds, your body struggles to recover. Instead of growing stronger, your muscles quietly deteriorate, night after night. That's the silent process behind so many falls, fractures, and loss of independence. I remember one patient, Eleanor, age 76. She'd been eating well during the day, but skipped dinner most nights. She thought, I'm not that hungry, and skipping meals might help me lose weight. But over time, her legs felt weaker, her back ached in the morning, and eventually she couldn't step onto a curb without help. When we measured her body composition, she had lost nearly 10 pounds of muscle in just 18 months. So what can we do about it? We need to nourish the body in a way that supports its natural healing rhythm. That means not just avoiding harmful nighttime habits, but actively feeding the muscles before bed with the right kind of support. Olive oil is a great start. High-quality, extra virgin olive oil contains oleocanthal, a natural anti-inflammatory compound that works similarly to ibuprofen, without the side effects. It helps reduce low-grade inflammation that often builds up in aging muscles and joints. And when your body is less inflamed, it's more capable of absorbing nutrients and rebuilding tissue. But in Japan, olive oil is never used alone. Instead, it's paired with something fermented, something that awakens the gut, supports digestion, and provides amino acids in a bioavailable form. This ancient ingredient activates enzymes that help break down proteins more efficiently and deliver them where they're needed most, your muscles. What's more, this combination creates a gentle rise in growth hormone levels, especially during the first few hours of deep sleep, when the body's repair cycle is most active. There's also the benefit of microbiome support. A healthy gut directly impacts how well your body absorbs and uses nutrients. And for older adults, gut health is often overlooked, even though it's key to reducing inflammation and maintaining strength. Think of your sleep as a construction site. The workers, your hormones, come out at night, ready to rebuild your muscles. But if there's no wood, no nails, no blueprint, what can they really do? That's why feeding the body right before sleep with the right materials changes everything. In Japan, this nighttime nourishment isn't seen as a supplement. It's a sacred part of winding down the day. Just like brushing teeth or soaking in a warm bath, this simple ritual is woven into daily life. And here's the beautiful part. It's not hard to start. No expensive pills, no harsh routines. Just 1 tablespoon of a familiar oil and 1 tablespoon of a fermented food that your muscles have been waiting for. Other natural muscle-protecting habits in Japanese culture. In Japan, muscle strength isn't something you go to the gym to find. It's something you carry with you throughout the day. Long before the concept of fitness routines became trendy, Japanese elders were living in a way that protected their muscles without even thinking about it. Their strength is a byproduct of tradition, daily rhythm, and subtle movement woven into ordinary life. Take the way they eat dinner, for example. Unlike in the West, where meals are often rushed or eaten in front of a screen, dinner in Japan is quiet, early, and intentional. Most elders eat before sunset, usually around 5:30 or 6 p.m. This early mealtime allows the body to begin digesting before the deepest stages of sleep. That means less digestive stress and more time for the body to shift into repair mode, including muscle recovery. After dinner, movement continues. It's common for older adults to take a short walk, not for exercise, but to help digestion. Just 10 or 15 minutes of slow walking can lower blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and gently activate leg muscles. Some simply water plants or fold laundry, allowing small movements to keep the body engaged. Then there's the way they sit. Many Japanese elders still sit on the floor, on tatami mats or cushions, especially during meals. This simple habit strengthens the hips, knees, and core. Getting up and down from the floor may seem small, but it's one of the best natural exercises for maintaining muscle and joint function. In fact, studies show that the ability to sit and rise from the floor without using hands is linked to longevity. One of my patients in Nagano, a woman in her late 80s, told me that she never works out. She just does her daily chores. She sits on the floor to eat, carries her groceries from the market, and sweeps the garden path every morning. "Why do I need weights?" she laughed, "when I have potatoes?" Another powerful habit? Bathing. Every night, many Japanese elders take a warm bath, not a quick shower, but a full-body soak. This simple ritual relaxes the muscles, soothes the joints, and improves circulation. It also signals the nervous system to slow down, which supports better sleep. And as we've seen, better sleep leads to better muscle repair. And then there's the breath. Breathing is something we often overlook, but in Japanese culture, slow, mindful breathing is part of daily life, whether through meditation, tea ceremony, or simply walking in nature. Deep breathing supports oxygen delivery to muscles, reduces stress hormones, and helps regulate recovery. When you combine these habits, early dinners, gentle movement, floor sitting, warm baths, and mindful breathing, you begin to see a pattern. It's not one big thing. It's small, natural actions that compound over time. This is how Japanese elders stay strong, not just in body, but in spirit. Common mistakes Americans make at night that weaken muscles. In my years of practicing medicine, I've noticed something troubling. Many of my older American patients are unintentionally weakening their muscles every single night without even realizing it. It doesn't happen all at once, but over weeks, months, and years, these small habits add up, stealing strength from the body while you sleep. Let's start with the most common one: late-night sugar. A cookie or scoop of ice cream before bed may seem harmless, but sugar causes a sharp spike in blood sugar and insulin, followed by a crash during the night. This not only disrupts sleep, but increases inflammation, which blocks the natural process of muscle repair. Instead of healing, the body stays inflamed, and recovery is delayed. Then there's alcohol and caffeine. Many older adults have a glass of wine at night to relax, or a cup of tea after dinner. But alcohol may sedate you, not truly help you rest. It interferes with REM sleep, the deep stage where most cellular repair, including muscle rebuilding, takes place. Caffeine, even in tea or chocolate, can linger in the system for hours, keeping your nervous system alert when it should be winding down. Another mistake? Skipping healthy fats at dinner. We've been told for decades that fat is the enemy. But healthy fats, like those in olive oil, avocado, and nuts, are essential for hormone production and nutrient absorption. Without these fats, your body can't effectively use protein to repair muscle. A fat-free dinner may leave you full, but undernourished where it matters most. Screens at night are another silent culprit. TV, phones, tablets, all emit blue light that tells your brain it's still daytime. This suppresses melatonin, the hormone that signals your body to enter deep sleep. And without deep sleep, your muscles don't get the chance to rebuild. Even if you sleep for 8 hours, the quality of that sleep matters more than the quantity. And lastly, many people go to bed on an empty stomach or rely on quick protein shakes loaded with artificial ingredients. But as we've seen, aging bodies often struggle to break down and absorb protein efficiently, especially if the gut isn't supported. Without fermented foods or healthy fats to aid absorption, those nutrients pass through without fully being used. The result? Weak legs, slower reflexes, less balance, more fatigue, and over time, a greater risk of falls and loss of independence. The good news? These patterns are not permanent. As we've seen in Japan, gentle shifts can have a profound impact. Eating a light, nourishing meal before sundown, swapping sugar for miso, replacing alcohol with herbal tea, turning off screens, and lighting a soft lamp, adding healthy fats to your evening. All of these habits, while simple, begin to tip the scale back toward healing. How to start tonight? Simple, natural, gentle. If you've made it this far, you may be wondering, how do I actually begin? What can I do tonight that's simple, natural, and safe? The answer is, start with one small ritual. Begin by choosing the right ingredients. Look for extra virgin, cold-pressed olive oil, the kind that comes in a dark glass bottle and smells slightly fruity or peppery. This oil is rich in polyphenols and healthy fats that your body knows how to use. Next, find unpasteurized, traditionally fermented miso. It might be labeled as raw miso or organic miso, and it's often kept in the refrigerated section of natural food stores. Avoid miso powders or soup packets. Those are often too processed to offer the real benefits. Then, prepare your bedtime blend. Take 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Add 1 tablespoon of miso, white, yellow, or red. All are fine. Mix gently in a small bowl. You can eat it as a savory paste or stir it into a little warm, not hot water and sip it like a broth. The taste is earthy, slightly salty, and grounding. Some people find it comforting. Others need a few nights to adjust. But more important than the flavor is the message it sends your body. I'm preparing for rest. I'm giving you what you need. Take this blend about 30 to 45 minutes before bed. Then create a gentle environment for your body to absorb it. Turn off screens. Dim the lights. Sit quietly, perhaps with a book or soft music. This isn't just about digestion. It's about signaling your nervous system to slow down, so your body can focus on healing, not just sleeping. The first few nights, you might feel subtle changes, deeper rest, fewer nighttime wake-ups. Over the next weeks, some notice better mobility in the morning, or a quiet energy that wasn't there before. This ritual isn't a treatment. It's a return to rhythm, one that your muscles, joints, and heart have been quietly craving for years. Your body hasn't given up on you. It's simply been waiting for the right kind of care. No matter your age, no matter how long it's been since you felt strong or steady, there is always something you can do. And often, it's not about doing more, it's about doing less, but doing it wisely. A tablespoon of olive oil, a spoonful of miso, a moment of stillness before bed. These aren't grand gestures, but in the quiet language of your body, they speak loudly. They say, "You're not too old. You're still capable. You still matter." I have seen people in their 80s and even 90s regain strength, not because they pushed harder, but because they learned to listen. They created small moments of nourishment, and their bodies responded, not overnight, but gradually, gently, with grace. So if you're sitting here wondering if it's too late, let me be clear, it's not. Start tonight. Let this be more than a tip. It can be a turning point. The beginning of a new conversation with your body. A rhythm that honors rest, healing, and quiet strength. Because your muscles aren't just for lifting, they're for living, for walking, hugging, dancing, holding on, and you still deserve all of that. I want you to take a quiet moment tonight, maybe while holding that warm cup of olive oil and miso, and ask yourself gently, when was the last time I truly believed in my body? It's okay if you don't remember. Years of pain, fatigue, or simply being told that this is just what happens with age can make you feel like your body has betrayed you. But what if it hasn't? What if it's just been protecting you the only way it knows how? By slowing down, by asking you to listen. Strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's as quiet as getting out of bed without wobbling, reaching for a book without your shoulder aching, taking a few steps outside and feeling the ground beneath your feet, steady and familiar. These small victories, yes, they still belong to you. In Japan, elders are not just respected, they are celebrated for their quiet resilience, for the wisdom in their movements, the patience in their breath, and the care they give to their bodies, not as a burden, but as a companion. You can begin that same relationship now, not with punishment, not with guilt, but with one simple act of nourishment at bedtime, one breath of trust, one night of rest without regret. Because even if you've lost some strength, your body is still yours, and it's listening. So tonight, listen back. Offer it something gentle, a little salt, a little oil, a moment of stillness, and in time, you just might find your strength has been waiting for you all along. Before we go, please remember, the information in this video is for educational purposes only and is not medical advice. Everybody is different. What works for one person may not be right for another. If you have concerns about your health, please speak with your doctor or healthcare provider. And if you ever feel that you're in an emergency situation, don't wait. Call 911 or your local emergency number immediately. That said, I truly hope something today gave you hope, or a sense of control you may have forgotten you still had. If it did, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever tried miso before? Or olive oil at night? Let me know in the comments. I read every one. And your story may inspire someone else who's feeling alone right now. And if you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing. We've got more gentle, natural solutions coming soon, all grounded in science, simplicity, and the timeless wisdom of Japanese living. Until next time, take care of yourself. You are not alone.